Welcome to another episode of the Üspk English Podcast. Thank you for hitting that play button and subscribing to our podcast channel. I'm Katza, and in today's episode, we are going to go over the many possible uses for present continuous. Quite tricky, but we hope that with this episode, you get all your questions answered. So if you're struggling to understand this topic, for sure, this is the podcast for you. First, let me say hello to George and Javier. How are you guys doing today?
Hey guys, I'm doing great, especially because I'm spending quality time here with you guys.
Oh, nice. Yes, we're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you, Javier?
As always, thank you for having me.
Right. Okay. So before we begin, I want to remind you all that you can get free access to the learning materials for this podcast. You will find a link to download it in the description. Okay, so guys, let's get started. Let's get our audience acquainted with how we can use present continuous in a regular conversation, like a chit chat. All right.
Okay.
So, what are you doing Thursday, George?
Thursday.
Uh-huh.
Thursday, I am teaching a couple of classes in the morning. I am also having a meeting with the salesperson. I think
Right.
that's what I'm doing. I got it all planned out.
Okay. And Javier, what are you doing Thursday?
Well, Thursday is one of my busiest days of the week, so I'm literally teaching all day long.
All right. All right. And myself, I'm taking a course on media literacy. That's every Tuesday and Thursday. So there's that. Then I'm meeting a few friends for dinner
Oh,
later at night. Yes.
cool.
Nice.
Okay. So let's get down to business. And present continues. It's when we talk about it, it may sound a little bit simple, but it's not that simple, number one. And it can be confused with other things. For example, adjectives with ing endings, right?
Mhm.
Or other words or the infinitive with ing ending as well. So this is a common mistake that every English learner should get it right with this podcast. So we have the basic structure for present continuous, which is the our verb to be plus the ing form of the verb. And it's pretty common to get confused with this. So don't worry, we got your back. Okay, George, can you tell our audience when do we not use present continuous?
All right, absolutely, Katza. Thank you so much. Yeah, it can be a bit confusing sometimes, but we're going to make it as simple as possible so everybody gets it, right? Okay, so number one, we do not use it in this following case. We never use the present continuous to talk about facts that are always true. An example, the sun rises every morning. That's number one. All right, number two, we don't use it to talk about situations that don't change. Example given, Jane lives in London. Okay, this is if we know that that situation is permanent. Okay, and we do not use present continuous with stated verbs because they express the state of something rather than an action. We can't say I'm knowing Javier or Johnny is owning a house.
Right.
All right. Yep.
Right.
Basically, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you can't say I'm understanding the class.
You can't. Can
Mm,
you?
no, it's wrong.
Would
It's
would
wrong.
it be wrong?
It is wrong. No, I'm
It is
understanding the class.
wrong.
I heard
Yes,
people
I'm
say that I'm
understanding.
understanding the class. Typical
Yeah,
mistake from student, right?
and I think it would be like pretty usual to Latin learners because we use the present continuous almost for everything when we speak.
A very common mistake with
Yeah,
Spanish
yeah,
speakers.
yes, yes,
You're
yes.
right. You're right.
All right. And okay, if you would like to know more about stated verbs, please visit our Instagram account where there will be a new post of going on there. Find it. It's about stated verbs. There's a list there so you can know which are the stated verbs. But I'm going to give you a couple just to get you to get you rolling.
Mhm.
Know, love, um, understand, remember, or remind our stative verbs. But there are a lot more, so try to find them there and follow us on Instagram.
Very important,
Okay,
guys. Very important.
let's continue. Okay, well, Javier, can you tell our audience when we generally use the present continuous?
Okay, guys. So there's a couple of aspects of to be used with present continuous. One of them is it's used to talk about the general present actions that are happening right now. So we could say, for example, Sandra is currently on vacation, means right now. Sandra is enjoying her vacation in the Bahamas. And okay, for example, right now she's swimming at the beach. She's taking yoga lessons, etc., etc. It is something about that's happening right now,
Right.
right? Another use is we use the present continuous when we're talking about an action that's executed at the moment, like I was just saying. For example, you are listening to the You Speak podcast. Also, we talk about it for future arrangements. To when we have a plan that we already planned something about the future. Perfect examples is what we talked about at the beginning of the podcast. So we a lot of times we're taught to use going to and will, but to be honest, present continuous is used a lot more often. Like I'm saying, hey, Katsa, what are you doing Saturday?
Yeah.
As opposed to what are you going to do Saturday? What are
Mhm.
you doing Saturday is the same thing because you already made a plan.
Right.
And well, Katsa might say, I'm having some friends for dinner.
Mhm.
Okay. And another one that is also not talked about very much, but it is used in present continuous is temporary actions. So something that is current but is temporary generally is used with ing. For example, hey guys, my girlfriend kicked me out. I'm looking for a place to live. Am I looking for a place to live right at
Mhm.
this moment? No, it's temporary. I'm looking for an apartment. You get the
Yeah.
idea?
Like in your general present.
In general present, like
And it will
currently.
be a situation that will be over at some point, right?
Exactly. So it's temporary.
All
So
right.
my car broke down. I'm taking the bus. Not right now. I'm not
Exactly.
taking the bus right now, but my car broke down.
But I'm taking the bus until my car gets fixed.
You got it.
Right? All
So,
right.
can I ask a question, Javier?
Sure.
So, and for the audience too, what would the difference be if I say, I live in San Francisco versus I am living in San Francisco now?
Well, I would say that I live in San Francisco is permanent.
Exactly.
And I'm living in San Francisco now because I'm studying my master's degree, for example.
Right.
Right
Right.
Something
on.
that, there you
Perfect.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good job.
And how to identify context.
There you
Context is key. So be aware of all context given to you when having a conversation. And then that information will give you the clue whether to use present continuous or not. All right. Okay. Quiz time, guys. Quiz
Woo!
time.
All
There you go.
Okay.
righty.
Yeah.
Remember, I hope you guys have downloaded the material so you can follow the quiz. Follow the quiz. Okay. So we'll give you some scenarios in which we will decide the usage uh, of continuous of a continuous sentence given. It is for talking about the present or the future. So you have to decide, oh, it's the present or the future. Okay. Listen carefully and wait for the options. Pick your answer and wait to check if you're correct. If you're correct, then you got present continuous. You have totally mastered present continuous. All right, George, your
Yes.
turn.
Here I go. So, situation one, my son called this morning. He's a bit tied up for a meeting for lunch, but for sure, we're meeting later for dinner tonight. Is it talking about the present or talking about future arrangements? Or is it both?
Ding. What's the answer?
It's talking about future arrangements.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. You have planned it, you have organized it. So you know the day and the time, right?
Correct.
Nice. Okay, Javier, your turn.
Okay, let's say George calls me, right? I say, hey, Javier. And says, hey, I didn't know you were home already. And I say, yes, we're having a barbecue. Why don't you come over?
All
Are we,
right.
is this talking about the present or about future arrangements
Or both.
or
Or
both?
both.
Or both.
Tick
Tick,
tock, tick
tick,
tock,
tock,
tick
ding.
tock. Ding. Like, what's the
And
answer?
the answer is talking about the present because
Exactly. Right
we're having a
now.
barbecue right now.
Exactly. Right now. Very good. All right, my turn, guys. So,
Yeah.
my job has become a lot more challenging. So, I'm taking a course on social media management. The course, it's a 3 weeks long. It's been only two. Is it talking about right now? Is it talking about the general present or none of the above?
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
What's the answer? Well, it's talking about my general present.
Mm. Oh.
Oh, okay. I'm sure everyone got the present and the quiz. You got it right. I'm sure. Kudos to you guys. I've
Eh,
just used an idiomatic expression. Can anyone explain what's kudos to you?
Kudos for you. Oh, kudos, Javier. Kudos.
like congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes. All right.
Kudos.
All right.
Very,
Very
very
good.
advanced, huh? And it's
Very
used a lot
advanced.
more
Yeah.
here.
You get some
Yeah.
brownie points.
There you go.
Some brownie points. All right, let's wrap things up, guys. Any final tips on the present continuous form before we leave?
And from my experience, most of the main errors are people are not using present continuous for future actions enough.
Uh-huh.
Normally, we're taught will and we're taught going to, and everybody uses will, and it's used incorrectly a lot of times.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
not used for things that you've already arranged. And
Exactly.
present
Exactly.
continuous is used a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
And also, don't use them with stated verbs. A lot of times when we speak Spanish, we say, "Oh, I'm understanding the class better, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking George more." They're
Mm-hmm.
both wrong.
Or I'm loving hamburgers.
I'm loving it. Like McDonald's. Sorry, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
Scorpion song. I'm still loving you. That's wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
But those guys are Germans. What do they know about English?
Yeah, we're not gonna tell them off just
Exactly.
because of that.
Uh-huh.
All right. All right. Time to say goodbye. Thank you guys so
Yes.
much.
Uh-huh.
Goodbye.
Thank
Well, guys, thank you very much for having me here again, and
Uh,
looking forward to seeing you and talking with all of you next week.
All
I
right.
am I am looking forward to seeing you guys again.
Yay. Okay,
Bravo.
this is it for today. Thank you to all of our audience out there. Remember to subscribe to our channel. And if you liked this podcast, please share it with all your friends. You can also visit our website where you will find articles related to English practice and learning. All right, until next time, nice seeing you guys. Take care.
Take
Thank
care.
you so
Bye-bye.
much. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.